As we about to hit into the draft, TEG has opted into blue side. So now we're gonna see what we are able to expect from both teams.
Getting that first pick, banning the Lulu.
As expected, of course.
Definitely.
The Nautilus. Like, I think if we remember correctly, like Schuldenboy is, as some people might want to call him, Nautilus one trick.
Definitely, it's best champion.
And Illusion, of course, ban away. It's a really good ban in my opinion with the Nami pair up.
They also they banned Zed and Corki, so they definitely don't want Zoltar, one of his two best champions. Did you know that Zoltar has like a 70% win rate with Corki and solo queue? Of oranges ranked overall, it's crazy.
If he
can land packages.
Yeah.
And not go a complete wrong direction. Maybe you're right, yeah.
But yeah, as expected, the Riven, as we already said, but Qiyana first pick. So
that is
probably going into the jungle, since I don't think we have seen Friedoline on champions that are more assassin-like.
No, Friedoline is a
like,
mage player.
Like
Azir. Yeah. Aurelion Sol is might be a spicy pick that they can do.
Zhao as the answer. As someone who has played Zhao at top lane, Roman, what do you make of that? Like, do you think good or?
I think it's good against very certain matchups, but I'd rather not pick it into like anything if Camille's open. I think it just Camille just facilitates way more on top side, for example. And I think it should, and it's better into the Qiyana than into something else. Yeah, it should go jungle. I'm not expecting it to go top lane, since I'm probably one of the only one who plays at top lane.
And then with the Ashe as well, they're really trying to like reduce the mobility of this Qiyana, that she can't come running in and just instantly ult someone. Like with the Ashe, you just slow her. She has a difficult time to get on top of people. It's perfect. But Ezreal, that's safe.
Ezreal as an answer, but I think what TEG is gonna do here is lock in their jungle and bot lane maybe, and then probably save their solo lanes for second rotation. Since the Riven is already banned, as they probably expected, we maybe. What do you Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, I knew it. Wait! But I know his counter. I think I know his counter.
I mean, we've seen Friedoline. I've seen Friedoline play a little bit of Aurelion Sol, as he has played 85 games on it, and was kind of expected. It was either going to be the Sejuani or the Aurelion Sol.
He wouldn't be. Wait, does he play Sejuani a mid lane champion for Friedoline? I don't think so.
Yes,
right?
He plays it a lot of mid lane. Yeah, he does.
Oh, that's interesting.
I remember him playing it last season as well.
But yeah, the Zoltar Galio is the answer, because I also think that's good answering with like.
I'm not sure it's Zoltar Galio.
I'm thinking it's gonna be bot lane with the trash
Meme Machines
sure.
Galio.
I think the trash is probably one of the better picks into Galio.
For those two?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on support.
Yeah, Meme Machine has played more Galio these few weeks, or like for this season, than Zoltar has.
I mean, it seems like that TEG is agreeing with you two, with still continuing throwing bans at the mid lane with Mazar. But of course, if we say that the mid lane has still to be picked, the Anivia is of course still open. Speaking of Anivia, of the Bluebird, if you want to stay connected with us, just go tweet at us at EAL_esports, and maybe we will answering your questions in regards to anything you want to send.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
And the Action is banned as well. I think that was the counter that Zoltar wanted to pick into Aurelion Sol, but I guess it doesn't work now.
Ekko.
The Ekko, that's a nice one.
Of course,
with
AD AD jungler, of course, that would be then the answer to my question that Galio Ashe is going to be the bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
And so now RT is leaving the counterpick, of course, to Sylph, which isn't the like top lane player that we know. So
A Yone. And it's locked in.
Yeah,
ooh,
of course, a
ballsy for
broken
the top
champion
lane.
again. But oh well.
Flashbacks to the one player into the video.
Honestly, if I would like to see on RT, beside that, Sylvcast doesn't play it. I would
Taric.
love to see the Jarvan, but
Yeah, as we know, like wasn't Schuldenboy also Taric only player once, if I recall correctly?
No.
I remember him as a Nautilus
Bike
ATP.
Nautilus.
Yeah.
And then Gregus as well for setup sometimes.
And the monkey is logged in. Like the total opposite of what we expect from Sylph.
Interesting, yeah.
The problem of RT comps is that they basically have a lot of catch on the side of text evasion gaming when they have the Taric, and they have a lot of CC as well on the side of text evasion game where they can just basically one shot everyone.
But they don't really have a tank.
No, but you don't really need a tank on their side. It's only Galio who's like really tanky, and
You
the
only
other
have
side is
to
full
drop
melee as well, except for the Ashe. Then that is also something that's gonna be that. So they basically have to walk into TEG's team if they really
Which
want
is
to do
then-
something.
Which is then also, of course, the option for Qiyana just to swoop in and knock them all against the wall with Yone ult following up.
I think it's really depending on how RT wants to play the game. If they want to play for early dragons, for example, I think they would be making the good choice. If they're not playing from a little bit of early, then they're basically throwing their early lead away.
Okay. But seeing that the draft has now happened, what do we expect? Who to win? Predictions out now.
It's weird. Like even without TEG Mossack, they still have like a Willy Wonka factory composition. So I like that, and I think they're gonna win with it. I'm going for TEG with this one.
Depending, I really want to say RT, but it really depends how top lane goes and how they play in early game. Like if they look for early dives on bot lane, for example, or early dragon fights, which I'm not expecting TEG to take, then RT should win.
But they
So
have
I'm just throwing it on RT.
They have the amazing roaming potential on the G side with the Aurelion Sol in the mid lane. I know they nerfed it, but the range from the E.
The problem with that is it's like every 80 seconds, right? Or it takes a long time. I remember. Or it could be that it was my Aram place that I was playing Aurelion Sol. But I don't remember the cooldown of it. I have no clue about the champion overall has of cooldown. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of Aurelion Sol. I think it could be a sleeper pick, but
like
for the rest,
of course,
normally
it's depending on how proficient on the champion you are. So,
but normally it is a character that you play in only a team format, right?
Yeah. So
even in a team format, I wouldn't like it. I'd rather like to see Syndra, for example, or those kind of champs that like does so much more for the team instead of Aurelion Sol. But I mean, maybe he can surprise me. Maybe he can actually 1v5 the entire game. I have no clue. But
and before we see a whole galaxy being made on Summoner's Rift. But yeah, as you said, the cooldown on the first level of the W is 80 seconds, and per level it's just 5 seconds off that. So
I meant the E.
Yeah, the E. The range
the E
is
is
being
a roaming
nerfed.
thingy.
I mean,
I think the range and the
also-
cooldown. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they wanted to stop him from roaming, which is weird because they made that ability exactly for roaming.
For me?
But what can you do when people just constantly want? But okay, so I think the lobby is being made. And I think we will see you on the Rift with CasualCutie and be right back.
Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome to game 1 of week 2 of the anyway, game 1, week 2 EAL playoffs. Today we're watching RC versus TEG. You probably saw the draft. I assume we watched the draft. I will be casting tonight, CasualCutie, and I will be joined by my good friend, good co-caster, aka Victor, aka Dooby. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah. Hello. It's got a nice draft. We've got some comfort for Taxation Gaming, especially because they haven't played together. This lineup at least, or in this order
From this permutation, you know?
of roles.
I mean, Tax are quite known for swapping people around, so it's not that surprising, but we'll have to see how well they can stack up.
Yeah, I expect some growing pains, but they've got Comfort Aesol on Friedoline, and they've got Yone on Gerry, who plays a lot of Yone. So, and they took the Qiyana away, which I imagine will be quite contested this series, because both junglers play it.
Neither team looking to do anything fancy level 1 in the jungle, just looking to clear up. They're both going to start bot side though, so we might see a little bit of a fight towards the Scuttle Crab. It's going to be interesting to see who can get priority. I don't know the ASOL matchup too well, but I don't think anyone knows ASOL matchups too well. I feel like he should get prior with the stars, but I feel like Wukong, especially early, gets prior versus this Yone. As we see a bit of trading heading up.
I think Wukong. I mean, Yone is just very weak early, and Aesol is very strong early. But Ekko's wave clear with his Q spam is quite good. But Aesol is already roaming down bot lane.
Wow,
level
2 roam. That's bold move. I feel like you got to try it, right? I mean, that's not good, getting hit by the stun there. Trying to look for something onto RC Mean Machine. The Ignite does go down, Hill gets propped, but it doesn't look like there's going to be enough damage to do it, to finish up the kill. And that's, you got to feel good about that if you're the side of RC, right? Obviously, you feel miserable because you got roamed on level 2 if you're RC bot lane, and you had to blow a heal. But, you know, you are wasting a lot of the mid lane's time, and, you know, it's going to make those future roams less impactful if you didn't have that gold lead.
Yeah, I think I mean, I don't think the roam ended up too badly, but I feel it could have gone a lot better. I mean, there's an exhaust on Taric that I feel should have gone down, and just maybe flash on Galio as well. He was really low, but
I feel like
I mean, Ekko's really happy right now.
I mean, the roam didn't go bad, but like, if you're roaming at level 2, you're looking for something more than just it was okay, no one died.
Yeah, I think it should have gone a lot better. I feel. I don't know how Galio. I mean, they've got Nogs. I know, but they should.
This could mean that Eagle Uwu should be able to pick up this Scuttle Crab uncontested. It does look like they want to fight, but when you got Prio in both lanes, it's very scary prospect.
Yeah, and Zhao is terrifying early game. But Zhao did skip a camp to get here early, so Qiyana might be able to run to. Oh, Zhao, they're gonna be a fight for bottom scuttle as well, which.
But we look at the priority. It's the opposite way around, right?
Yeah.
It's because of that roam. Bot lane has so much priority with the Ezreal and the Taric.
Yeah, but Ekko can move first as well. I mean, Zhao has no smite right now, so.
Let's manage to get
He's got red buff.
Galio is super low. First blood goes onto the Galio. Ezreal ease forward, misses the Q. Let's see if they can continue. Tax off strategy quite low, but RT Virus forced to flash over the wall. We obviously talk about the early drilling power of Zhao, but when you got the numbers advantage, you can just look for that, especially with A Sol roaming down. It's going to be impossible to continue, and that's disaster for RT.
Yeah, no, that's huge for bot lane because Ashe has to recall as well. He's going to lose farm. Ezreal gets 2 early kills, and you're right. The early roam bot lane from Aesor, it's secured priority, and I think Galio went a bit too far. He can't fight to enter river, and I think Zhao really needs to give up that scuttle. He's got 2 topside camps, which he still hasn't cleared. They're going to be level 1 camps.
Being a bit too greedy.
Yeah, Zhao might fall quite far behind. I mean, it's great for Qiyana as well. Unfortunately, Qiyana didn't get any of the kills, but 2 assists. You love snowballing on Qiyana. It's great news.
A couple of long swords. Looking for the engagement for Ezreal. E has been blown. xthexbeast called out a little bit. They do have a quite good chase with RT Virus blowing them on the Ashe, but they aren't able to look for it quite so much. Especially not when Ezreal has red buff, being able to blow your chase as well.
Yeah, this red buff will be really big because he'll just regen so much HP, but the fact that he hasn't based since the kills is quite bad. I think he greeded far too much for these waves because he's actually weaker than Ashe right now. he's got 2 kills, but he's only got 2. But he's going to miss a wave for it.
I think he wanted. I think. Oh, I was going to say he stayed for the Fiend Lucy boots, which I guess is understandable. But like, then he goes and buys a control ward and 2 pots. And I'm like, oh, he totally could have backed away.
Yeah. Not sure it was quite worth it. Oh, but Ashe has pushed the wave and is going for it. Oh, this is really good for Ezreal. Ezreal won't even miss. No, he will probably miss the whole wave.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
That's
but it's still fine. Ezreal is so strong right now. It's really good for their bot lane.
Still a cooldown reduction. Straight up. You have to get a lot more safety. Just because the cooldown reduction, the summoner. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're right. And the thing is, mid isn't too far behind considering Friedoline ditched the whole wave, and he's equal in XP as well. So I think Friedoline could be quite happy.
Maybe
he hasn't got any kill involvement, but he's managed to be useful. And level 6 has got to be a bit careful though, because Ekko is definitely stronger, but Qiyana is looking.
Does just pop the ult for the slow, trying to make the stun connect, and he does. Ekko still has the ultimate. Does manage to dodge away from the Qiyana Q, perhaps a little bit too early on the trigger there. Then they don't manage to pick up the kill because of that.
Yeah, it's really well played by both mid laners. The ult to get the slow off on the Ekko, and then the stun to follow up because of the slow. But then Ekko does a really good ult into his W, and he gets a shield, he gets his health back, and he gets up. Well played by both of them.
Schuldenboy does not know. He does not know PP luck. They does get like 1 Q on them, but obviously it's a bit scary when your mid lane doesn't have prio and you see the jungler right there. You don't really want to jump on the spot like that.
Yeah, EGRILL is quite far behind. You really want to make an impact on Zhao early, but you're behind in farm, you've died once, you haven't affected the map. And Qiyana's just taken a dragon, has got all her bot camps to farm as well. So Zhao is not having the early impact you want, and I think everyone's experienced the level 11 Qiyana just ulting and killing your whole team, and Zhao, although he doesn't scale that badly, he doesn't have the same carry potential that Qiyana has.
It all comes from just greeting for that bonsai crab, right? If he just cleared his camps up top, hell, even if he hadn't skipped the camp up top, I think he'd be in a lot better situation. Then he's only losing like 2. Losing 1 camp rather than the 2 that he just had sitting up there, burning a hole in his pocket, essentially.
Yeah. It is important to note, though, that Wukong does have pressure and has got TP advantage. So if they can get a TP ward bot, then Ezreal and Taric have to play safe, but there's a roam by Friedoline.
Friedoline trying to look for something here. Does come out, and very nicely hiding in the wall there with your indicators so they couldn't see he was coming. They do try and look, they can't really do it because the clone does give him the invisibility he needs to get out unless the slow comes through. But EGRILL is here, can maybe look for the counter engage. Wukong still has his ult.
It's got ult,
and then
it's got flash.
He does have to flash away. It does just connect with the flash, but it doesn't look like anything's going to come of it. Flash does save his life, but Ezreal ult goes wide as well. But this does mean Tax Officer TEG is able to pick up the Krug camp and force the still.
No, yeah,
frankly,
no, really great roam. It relieves a lot of pressure off Gerry. He was feeling it in this matchup.
Speaking of pressure, E has been blown for xthexbeast. Does have to blow the cleanse. Doesn't fall for it, luckily. I think maybe if Ashe had level 6 there, they could try and force further, but being level 5. Speaking of forcing, Ashe has ulted in the bot lane. Does hit onto Schuldenboy though, not the target you're looking for. And the stun coming up into the Galio means the engagement is stuff. It's impossible to go any further. You've used all your tools, and RC have to walk away from that one a little bit sad.
Yeah, no, it's Circus. It's if they get something on Ezreal, they get the shutdown as well, and they get to probably get a tower plate or two. So, but they're doing a great job here because the Ezreal was 2 kills and they're almost killing him.
Very true, but that's because I feel like he's been left somewhat on an island, right? Schuldenboy hasn't been there when they've been looking for the engage. Maybe that's because you're positioning a bit too far forward in the Ezreal, trusting that E a little bit too much, but
yeah, true. But I mean, when you play Ezreal, yeah, you play to live on an island, don't you? Yeah, he's the perfect 1v2 champ. He's so safe, but yeah, he's very difficult to punish. But they're looking for another gank on this flashless Wukong.
has blown the clone as well. Oh, and the knockup connects into the ultimate. That cyclone isn't going to save you. You're just going to get blown aside by the better wind magic of the Yone right there.
Yeah, no, this is really well played by Evasion Gaming. Honestly, this is all coming from Friedoline's roams. He's got no kill involvement and he's down in farm, but he did one roam bot and that secured bot pressure and it gave them 2 kills, and then he did one roam top and now they've got a kill off Wukong from it. This ASOL is all over the map. It's really impressive.
Like when you say zoning ult, but it is actually a zoning ult. It's like a zoning roam or a securing resources roam, smiley face.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it wasn't meaningless. It was totally impactful. And they managed to pick up the Rift Herald as well and chunk it down in the top lane. That could be first Taric going over.
Yeah,
yes,
it
and
is.
first Taric goes over to the Yone. That's a lot of gold. And one thing I do not like to see in my games is an accelerated Yone on the enemy team.
Yeah, no, exactly, because this Yone was really struggling in the early lane phase, but look at that now, he's a kill up, he's CS up, and he just got so many turret plates. Yeah, this Yone is terrifying right now. And you got to give a lot of credit to Tax Officer as well, because
he's been
on
there
this Qiyana, yeah, he's managed to punish. He's punished bot side. I mean, he knew he could fight for the crab because of bot pressure, and he ganked top when he knew there was no flash. So they've roamed really well with this ASOL, and they've punished really well with this Qiyana. So it's been beautiful.
Very nicely done. Very clean play from the side of EG. Yeah. So,
it's definitely not all over. You got good scaling on both teams, but Ekko is the one who is benefiting from these ASOL roams.
Yeah.
So maybe Ekko can pay back.
Pretty high CS lead, obviously 30 CS up. I mean, that's to be expected. That's that is almost 2 kills worth, right? Double ward, by the way. Thank you, observers, point that one out. That's not bad coordination. That's both players knowing exactly what they need to do and doing it at the same time. It's better 2 wards than no wards, is what my old gran used to say. But
it's a perfect synergy. They're on the same wavelength. Oh, but
by down bot lane, flash forward onto the Ezreal, still has the arcane shift, will perish. The Iga is tanking up the turret though. And in the meantime, our team Evasion is being jumped on by TG. It's an absolute mess. Friedoline coming in, Galio spinning everywhere. It's so hard to tell what's going on. Yone, TP in, gonna catch out 3 members of the side of our team, and it's a slaughter. Even though they managed to find a pickle to the Ezreal at the start, it looks like Zoltar might be in a bit of trouble as well. That's a 3-for-1 for the side of TEG there. Despite RT trying to be proactive, trying to find a pick onto this Ezreal, they've repeatedly attacked that lane. They aren't able to make anything from it. And even worse, they get teleported on behind, collapsed on. That's the teleport advantage from top lane, playing a huge part. And even worse, TG are going to be able to pick up the dragon off this.
Yeah, a huge TP from Gerry. He got a 3-man ultimate. Amazing play on this Yone. I mean, he just 1v3'd a little fight by himself while they managed to kill off the Zhao, and that is a really game-deciding play, isn't it? You really wanted, when you finally got Ekko into a fight, for him to carry, but he didn't manage to get anything done.
Just gets tied up.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, you've got Yeah, I think now you might expect THICC. I mean, you will have a TP advantage on Wukong soon, but I imagine THICC's Evasion Gaming just try and play around either bot or mid because those are where the towers are still up.
Yeah. I don't
and
think
we'll-
it's doomed for RT. RT still have a lot of tools to get back into this game, right? I think it's very difficult to count out any game where you have like an Ashe Arrow engaged or even an insane Wukong Cyclone in a fight. Obviously, it's difficult, and obviously, it's like you can't be consistent. You have to be looking for these more low percentage plays to get back into the game. But they do have the ability to make those plays. It's not like you've got like a Jinx in the bot lane or like a more like difficult top laners to engage with. So I don't think it's entirely due to the side of RC yet. Though they are obviously in a disadvantageous position. 4K down.
they've got
14 minutes.
really nice combos in their team fights with Wukong ult, Galio ult, Ekko ult. You know, they can do a lot of AoE damage and they can pick people off with Ashe. But the problem is they have no one who's really that strong to play around.
Yeah, you said
So
they can do
they-
a lot of AoE damage. I can think they can do AoE damage, you know? Like, they got
Yeah.
a lot of their damage is AoE. I'm not sure they have a lot of AoE damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I think they've still got to try and rely on Ekko. He's got that CS lead, but
Still looking for this trade.
he needs to roam around the map somehow.
I think Ego Uwu perhaps senses something going on. Yone playing very aggressive, 2 levels up. I think this is a very bad fight though. I'm not sure about that engaged. Big Ego Uwu. I think you have been put out. You jumped from the frying pan into the fire with that one. Jumping from the unfortunate prospect of still dying to jumping into the middle of 2 and just getting absolutely blown up by the 2 assassins.
It is difficult. I understand what they're trying to do. They're
Oh.
trying to bait the Yone in, and
Bait
they
Sil?
get another kill.
Oh no, still just not respecting it.
Right. Yeah, Tax Officer and Gerry are playing really well. I understand the idea by RT. You know, the Yone is pushed really far up. They're trying to bait with the Wukong, but there's a play bot lane. We don't get to talk about anything.
They do try and make the crossfire happen. Engage onto the Taric. Does manage to get the ult down. Does not live long enough to do it, but xthexbeast does live. Galio ult, I feel that's a little bit unnecessary, especially when you have the Ashe to pop her ult. But if it gets the kill, it gets the kill. As I say, it's not overkill if they're dead.
Yeah, no, it's a good cross map. Probably a bit disrespectful by Ezreal and Taric. I mean, you know, they've got 3 summoners still up, but no, a good punish by RT. Really good punish, especially.
It's a good
all
punish. I mean,
still
they're getting
fighting.
run down on the Yone just walks out, just instantly blown up, massive stun onto Virus there. Slowed down. I think you talked about disrespectful. You know, they've just disappeared from the top wave. You're just like, I'm gonna stick around and try and get the turret. But no. Maybe they thought they were doing Rift Herald, because Rift Herald did get taken on the other side of the map, but they didn't realize Qiyana could solo it out quite so fast.
Yeah, no, it's just no one is safe in a side lane. You
I think
have to
nobody's
play
taking
with
anything.
so
The
much
ults
care.
there, I think perhaps someone is a little bit mentally frazzled from all of the bad attention they've been receiving in the jungle. I think maybe Strict EGRILL Uwu just needs to try and play it safe. Do their dishes, you know, count their numbers, clean their room, just make sure they're like not totally blowing their entire mental for this best of 3. Because obviously, huge lead here. Huge lead for TEG in this game. 5k gold, 17 minutes, 2 dragons up, 2 turret advantage. Arguably decent, like, arguably better scaling even. But it is a best of 3, and this match isn't everything. It's not even over yet. The best of 3 is not over, this match isn't over. Miracle Ashe ults, but still, if I'm the side of RT here, I'm just trying to take a few deep breaths, slow down the pace of the game a little bit. You don't have to die another 10 times in the next 20 minutes. Just keep it calm, try and play for late, maybe give up the next dragon even. It is Ocean Sol, which is kind of... It's not like they have any particular tanks, but Ocean Sol and Yone could be kind of disgusting. But I don't know. I feel like they just have to kind of take a few breaths, step back, stop overforcing.
Yeah, I mean, really, they just need to find picks. Like, at the moment, they've just been picked off this whole game. And now, you know, it's going to be very difficult, but they have good wave clear. And once the map gets smaller and they get pushed more into their base, it becomes much harder for this A-Sol to, you know, roam around and get kills. So, in a way, as they lose more and more towers, the game comes easier. Like, Qiyana finds it harder to get picks. ASOL finds it hard
It's
to
not
get
hard to make
picks.
mistakes when you can't walk out of your base. You
Yeah,
know, hard to
exactly.
be out of position.
Oh,
Aggressive E4 was there, not able to find anything. But you know who might find something? Gerry against his 0 mana Zoltar. That's a lot of damage. Let's try and get the stun. Fate sealed. Fate missed more like, but maybe it's not gonna be enough. The Unbound Spirit is not gonna be able to execute. But the ult might goes a little bit wide. So far, resets just a little bit earlier. That Ezreal catches, but
yeah,
that's-
nice movement by Zoltar. He dodges pretty much every ability by Yone, and he survives because of it. So well played. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to push your advantage in the side lane and, you know, basically just, you know, outplay them a little bit and survive. Because when you're behind,
I mean-
you always need to make a few outplays.
it feels so miserable though, because you played that so well, dodged away from the Fate Seal, dodged away from the other Q, right? You play that so well, and your reward is you survive, and you don't get any damage on them. That's really, really sad, if I'm honest. That
but
does not feel that good.
You know,
Feels
they're
good to
very
live,
behind. You
but-
take the wins where you can get them.
Yeah,
I think you're happy to survive. You got a Yone ult out. You got an Ezreal ult out. You know, okay, they'll
You
be
do have
back
to
up
flash.
soon,
But
yeah.
maybe if it comes to Schuldenboy, second time it's been called a little bit far.
Oh.
Flash, still connects, but this could be a bit of a bait. This could be so good. The Taric ult comes down. Oh my god, the Galio just dies. It's not able to be tanky enough, and now you don't have the flash in the Ezreal. Maybe you're gonna get run down, but no, it looks like the play's gonna end there. Thinking they had a catch onto Schuldenboy, even though the arrow hits after the flash, they get a little bit baited, I feel, and just overcommit.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, they're chased into a jungle they've got no vision of. I mean, Qiyana in a jungle, everyone is going to get stunned. It's so scary to walk in there. They really can't. I understand they've got to pick. You know, they see the Taric. He got Ashe ulted. He's already burnt his flash, but yeah, they need to back away.
Yeah.
But,
Just be happy with the flash burn. Even though it's kind of hard to be happy with those small advantages when
Yeah.
you're 7k gold behind. By the way, no kills. Gold leaders ballooned to 7k. It was 4k at this point before, and they've just been able to force so much of RT off waves that they've been able to push the lead up another 3,000.
yeah, it's what happens when you take the first layer of towers. You suddenly walk into the enemy jungle. You start taking all the jungle farm, and your gold lead just goes higher and higher. And we might get another fight.
Still looking for something here. Doesn't get knocked up. W misses. Wukong does have the advantage in these sort of fights, but then again, Yone is very powerful. Fate sealed. Fate sealed. Absolutely sealed on the Fate. I tried to say that twice, but no. Fate sealed, ultimate connects, Unbound Spirit, execution damage, just enough to take out Still. Perhaps
Yeah,
he was a bit too confident.
I'm not sure what Sylvcast this is not strong enough to take these fights, and he decides to fight Gerry.
Zoltar didn't even TP, just manages to walk up. But then again, the phase rush is able to save the ASOL there. Very, very close, but
Yeah.
not quite a kill.
You know, this game really is on Zoltar because he showed bot lane, and because Sylvcast is dead there, going Baron, and there's no vision for RT. They can't even TP anywhere near this Baron. They have no idea what's going on.
I'm going for a blind ult on it because it's Ashe ult, not Ezreal ult. Unfortunately.
I mean, the Ashe arrow didn't even spot the Baron or the vision arrow.
Yeah. They're so scared that they're like, it's not even worth eating the Baron. The idea of even walking
Yeah.
up there is insane.
Yeah, I think this is the good thing about this game for RT is they can come back from this game and just say, all right, we got picked off by ASOL too much early. We lost our side lanes, and it ballooned from there. So, you know, mentally, you know, this game is pretty lost. But for the next game, you know, you can reset quite well and just say, all right, maybe we just ban the ASOL. Maybe we leave it up, but we make sure when he roams, we run all the way back to our tower.
Have you heard of the phrase "go next"? I think this is you go next, or maybe you go for the ASOL. Galio blows the Shurelias, doesn't manage to find anything. But no, I think it's more likely that you just try and breathe, try and not get any more tilted. Because like if I'm 3-0-0-3-1 on the Zhao, good job, THICC, EGRILL, Uwu, not dying anymore. Bad job, not dying 3 times in the first place and not having any fun. But still,
but great
unafraid
engage.
to let the engage. Great engage, but Taric ult comes through. Gerry doesn't get hit by it, but everyone else on the team does. Oh no, it's a disaster! The Taric, the God, fields are insane. Was that a Yone? Was that a Qiyana? It's really hard to see. I know Qiyana hasn't even blown ult. That was an ASOL ult. I'm sorry, there were like 3 different ults that pushed people
Yeah,
around.
no, we got
Super massive ASOL ult. Even then, like, hits 3 or 4 members of RT and just get 4 for nothing. I respect Sylvs are trying to look for an engage, trying to look for anything, trying to fight this Ocean Soul, but they just can't do it. And when you're 12k down, you're 4 Ocean Soul, you're 4 dragons down against an Ocean Soul. 24 minutes into the game, it's kind of hard. I think it's
very hard. It's very hard. But you talked about it before. They got a really nice engage, and they have AoE damage, but they don't have a lot of it.
Yeah,
they are too far behind. They can do damage.
Circles they can put on the ground.
Yes.
I don't know if it's an easy thing. Maybe it's just like a cautionary thing. But you know, speaking of that, just aren't afraid to look for these engages. Many flashes burn, doubles on from the Galio, looking to go forward, but no, huge Qiyana roll, it's 4! Oh god, it's just insane, every single team fight, someone, be it the ASOL, be it the Yone, be it the Qiyana, is able to just slam it into multiple members of RT and another 4 people die! Oh lord,
And this is going to be the end right now. It's just well played from beginning to end. They snowballed the lead off their side lanes really well, and but it's first game to tax Evasion gaming.
Around, just absolutely shoving around the side of RT here.